Hello and welcome to Furryearsworld, where we're back in Stone Block 3 land, and there has been a change. I don't know whether it was in the last stream. I didn't see it, but there has been a change down here. If you come and have a look, look, things are here. We have the makings of a potential farm here. Animals, amino. The system clearly works. They're going to be all over the goddamn kip of the place fairly soon, which could be a problem. We might want to fence them in kind of quickly. The whole plan of just leave it open and see what happens was a really good plan. It was a strong plan. It's gone to shit now. It's all gone to shit now. F-E-N-C-E. It's going to take me a month to remember how to spell fence, so, you know, we got problems. Alright, we got some fencing. That should be enough fencing. Can we make a fence gate? That's the inverse of the fence, isn't it? Yeah, that's the inverse of the fence. That's fine. Make some more sticks. And make some more wood. And then we should be able to make the fence gate. We are going to need to probably move. Actually, we might need to make 2 of them. Are we okay? That went catastrophically wrong there. Not enough wood. Sometimes in life you have enough wood, and sometimes in life you don't have enough wood. The ME system, it's coming on. When last you left, my seeds were at 98, 93, some form of percentage. There was a percentage number. You've escaped there, brother. You can go back in if you want. Yeah, it's fine. Yep. Now you're all making a break for it, aren't you? I got plans that don't involve you being out of there, mate. Or you. I think we'll call that a victory. We've got animals. We can go in. We can say howdy doody. We can breed the little buggers. And then get more animals. But that's the key. We get the pink slime from breeding the animals. So we got animals. Win. Big win. Let's use the back door here. You know, it's Furryearsworld. Always a good plan. Use the back door. This did its job. It started doing it again. I've thrown some more in there. Over here we've got 92 Certus quartz and 36 charged Certus quartz, because we got the charge set up downstairs in where I said it would go. It is in where I said it would go, and now it's doing what I said it would do. So that's a win in my book. It's not a great book. I wouldn't call it a good read, but it's in my book. But now we need to make some more boxes, because we need to make other stuff. Making one thing is good. Don't get me wrong. It is good to make one thing. But making more than one thing, it's better. That's a better approach. We're gonna need some of those, and we do need to set the filters. So we need to auto craft before we crack on. If you know, did that make any sense at all? We need to do the crafting that we need to do so that we can filter the crafting that we need to do. Yeah? That sense? Yeah? Making sense? Bob on? Yeah? Words? Got it. Nailed it. Absolutely. 100% wizard. Grab that and grab that. So ideally we want chickens. Would be better for us, because then we can go down the chicken route. The chickens give us, you know, shiny shit. I don't think any other animal gives us shiny shit. I'd be disappointed if the sheep gave us shiny shit. My face would be angry. Very, very angry. We've got a mob soul from killing an animal. It's sad times. Does it specify what it is? No, it doesn't. It just says it's a mob soul. We've got 21 of them. I don't think we've killed 21 things, but we've got 21 mob souls. What can you do, eh? What can you do? Right, applied. Let's get back to this. We want to make Certus quartz dust, fluix dust, this stuff. We can do that by throwing redstone, charged quartz crystal, which is why we've charged some quartz crystal, and nether quartz in water. We have no redstone on us. I don't want to use up all of those, so let's just grab 12. 12's a good number. That means we need 12 of them. 9, 10, 11, 12. And we need 10, 12 of them. There. Then we come over here to this place here, and we go you, and you. And I seem to remember it's a pretty rapid. It is pretty rapid. Nice. Good. So that one works. So we can now make a filter to do that, and we have some wool because we just killed a sheep. Not that you'd have noticed that we killed the sheep, but we did you know, stuff his eyeballs back in his head for him a little bit. So we got that wool that we got from somewhere unrelated to the sheep. Awkwardness is awkward, you know. We can make one of them, and we can say to that, I want to filter only picking up that. If I apply that, that's done. That is done. Now the problem I've got here, if I pop him on the side of there like that, and then that filter on there, that will only pick up the done Fluix crystal stuff, which is good. The problem is it leaves you a tiddly little gap to throw stuff into. Auto dropping into that tiddly little gap is going to be difficult, and I don't know a better way than auto dropping. I managed to throw that lot into the slot at the side. I don't know if this is going to inhibit us throwing stuff in there. We'll have to do some science in a bit. We will have to do some science in a bit. We also want to grow some of these, which we can do by sand and Fluix crystal dust, which we're not going to... Oh, that was a terrible idea. Nope. Nope. There we go. Got it in. Let's not take it all, because that's going to end so badly for us. We're not getting an awful lot of sand out of there. I've noticed that with my eyes. We did, in fact, end up doing it all. So, that's the thing. Right, you need all of them, and they'll grow into big, strong boys. Let's move some sand around. We've got some over here. Quite a bit. Because if we're having this as our central repository, it makes sense for that to have all the sand in it. That's not all the sand, but that's enough of the sand to get going in the first place. So we're now growing Fluix crystals as well. We got no real place to store Fluix crystals or the dust. I think it's probably not going to be... Ideally, we want this to feed... We could grow the Fluix crystals, and we want it to make the seeds and drop it straight in. We could grow the dust, should I say, and then we want to... Come on, brain. We can do this step, which was making the dust. Then we want to craft the seeds and drop them straight in here, because if we can have everything in Fluix crystal form, it's easy enough to make the dust. We can just run that through some sort of crushinator, and that gets us a lot nearer to our destination, which is the point of all of this, getting to the destination. Alright, so we do need the ME controller. The ME controller is kind of the crux, the core, the middle of the piece, and that's going to require an engineering processor, which is where we get to these stupid things. And this was... We need a, whatever this is, finger jobby, a block of iron, and then the finger jobby does work on the block of iron. And that gives you a calculation press. There should be another press, silicon press. So we need some silicon. Where are we getting silicon from? Oh, we cook. Okay. Well, that's all doable. So they should get automatically pulled out. Those won't, so we need to keep an eye on those. But when they get done, they should automatically end up in that box because of the funnel there. So if we cook off a couple of these, we only need really to cook off one. We took two because, you know, the game's a bit jank. Is that being nerfed? Because that's till 2k, isn't it? No, it's on 1k. That does need to get nerfed as well. We spent a lot of time pillicking about, not actually nerfing anything, which is a problem. You can give me the seared bricks and you can cook that off. You can have the seared bricks because we need seared bricks and we've got more seared bricks. Then you can shake stick out right now, but it's amazing how not very long that will last. It is staggering how very not long that will last. We need to make the pokey machine from Create. C-R-E-A-T-E. The pokey machine is the hand on the stick thing. This. Which I'm guessing is the deployer. A brass hand. That seems suspect. Let's make 4. I think we can manually do this to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means we don't need to make multiples of these. I'm a little apprehensive, not going to lie, about running extra load on this. But we can just extend that across to here somewhere, which is going to be here. We need one of these again, which is the depot. The depot. The Create depot looking dealy bob. What is that? A water wheel? No, that's not a depot. The depot, that. So it's just the casing and the andesite. I think that should be readily, easily doable. Move that out of the way. Got a lot of crap in our inventory that I'm not happy about. Right, let's get rid of the gravel. The gravel came with the issues we had. It's dying. The gravel is actually dying to get into that system. And I don't want it in that system. I'm dying for that gravel not to be in that system. Right, there's our depot. Good, 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 good. And then we just need the pointy stick thing above it, which is an electron tube, the brass hand, which requires one of them. We've got another casing, and we've got an electron tube. That's not what I wanted. How does Create know that that's not what I wanted? And instantly do it. Feels bad, man. Feels super duper bad. Right, there's our brass deployer hand thing, jobby thing. We do need another gearbox. I thought I saw one in here. Did see one in here. Good. And some shafts. Because we've been doing a lot of shafting. I don't know if you were aware of that, but we have been doing an awful lot of shafting. And it feels kind of good. That's not what I wanted to put there. It's amazing, really, that we function at all, generally, because, goddamn, we're bad at this. So we're going to go to there. We're going to slap a gearbox on the end of that. And then we're going to slap our friend the hand on no. No? Just no. No? How do we place this in such a way as it... Okay, I'm a little confused on this one. Not gonna lie. This needs to be pointing kind of downwards in a more sort of downwards kind of way. So maybe that's the answer? Yes, that is the answer. Nice. Now, how do we feed the deployer? I mean, that's what we need. The question is, how do we make that do what we want it to do? Because it's in principle working. it's in principle working. We need to throw silicon at a block of iron is what we need to do. We have 2 silicons in there, so we do have a silicon that we can throw at a block of iron. That's pretty much most of our iron gone. How do I load the hand with silicon? I am not clear how we load the hand with silicon. That I could put there. But how do I load the hand with silicon? That's what I'm not understanding. Does the deployer have modes? Let's have a look at the deployer. Let's ponder. Leave us to, in a small way, ponder the deployer. Right click. It said to give it an item to use. Right click the item in the front of it. I'm not understanding something here, am I? Clearly, I'm not understanding something here. We pondered it, but I mean, we can do that. That doesn't help. That may also be too much iron. Can I get that back, please? Empty hand? Good. And then put that on there. Some way. No. Alright, we might need another ponder on that one. We might need another ponder. Place blocks, use items, activate blocks, harvest blocks, attack mobs. What did that just say? Right click the front to give it an item to use. Right click the front. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. We did it. We did it, we did it, we did it, we did it. Now we need a... We did it, we worked it out. It took time, but we get there in the end. We're like British Rail. We get there in the end. So we need Certus quartz, a diamond, and gold. Okay. We can easily get all of those things. That's finished doing what it was doing, so that should be full of that, which is great. That's still chewing on it. Not quite done yet. We need a diamond. We got 2, obviously. Goes without saying. So we throw that on there, like that, and we click that on there like that, and that gets that, gives me that. Nice. That's a system. Do we like that system? Do we care? It does what it's supposed to do. So we throw that on there. We missed. A little bit useless. Throw that on there. Nice. That took 2 of my diamonds. Son of a bitch took 2 of my diamonds. And it wants to do that again, doesn't it? Can I have that back? Good. Good. So we got 2 of the inscriber engineering presses. That was a cock-up on my part. Not gonna lie, that didn't need to happen. In fact, all of these can go in here, I think. And we need a ingot of gold. An ingot of shiny gold to do this job. Oh, we need another block of iron. And we haven't got any in there, so let's go grab one from over here. We used up the last of the iron from out there, doing stuff and things. Got a block of iron. And it gave me 1. Just the 1. Sometimes the system works. Sometimes the system works. Right, make me the other press. Logic. I knew that. I knew that it was logical. Ooh. Right, we got that. Good. The 3 musketeers kind of thing. Stuff. So we need now to make the processors, because the first thing we need to make, and I don't know why I got rid of that, is the ME controller. The ME controller is the core piece and the first one. It's not absolutely the first one you have to make. You can go with a different approach to ME. But if you're going to go deep, you might as well start deep with the intention of depth. Probably. So we need to look at making this jobby, which requires Fluix crystals, which we have. It requires skystone blocks, which we don't have yet, but may have a means to get. Watch this space. And we need the engineering processor. Now there's this nonsense. There is this nonsense of a 3-step process that turns this into this. I'm not going there. So we need 2 inscribers. We need 1 inscriber that's going to make the diamond thing, and 1 inscriber. So we need to make as many inscribers as we can. I think ultimately we need an inscriber to make bear with me. I'm having a mental breakdown. We need an inscriber to make these things. Actually, we could knock these out through this thing, but why would we? Why wouldn't we use the inscriber? The inscriber's the right tool for the job. Is the inscriber in here? It's got to be. It's got to be. Please be here somewhere. I'm begging you. Because when you click on this, you oh, that's not what you want to see, is it? That's not what you want to see. They've pushed create so hard in this mod pack, to the point that they're breaking other mods to make create more important. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. This isn't the worst thing in the world. This is not the worst thing in the world. This is the worst thing in the world. That's a piece of work. That is a piece of work. We need a whole room for this. We need a whole room to handle this jamboree, because it's a 3-stage construction, and we need it automated. Holy God, we need it automated. How are we gonna do that? I'm going through it in my head now, how we automate this. Generally, it should be the same no matter what we do. It basically should be the same no matter what we do. But we want... man, chew. Let me ponder the deployer again, because I'm gonna need to understand this. Apparently, much more than I currently do. Create. This thing. Boop. Boop. How do we get it to take... how do we get it to be provisioned with something? So a hopper or a inserter or whatever that was. I didn't see what that was. It was a create block. Okay, so we can feed into this with... Can I see the block that fed into with it? Something like this. Smart chute. It was something like the smart chute. Okay. Well, we're gonna need do all of the... I think they do, don't they? These are all the same recipe. You just feed in a different item at the start. Yeah. Yeah, they're all the same recipe. So we stuff it with printed silicon, we stuff it with redstone, and then we ram it into a press. This is a press. Do we need any specific? Probably not. Man, this is going to be a pain in the butt, isn't it? Do we want to potentially come through over here somewhere and make a room for doing all this? Because we're going to have issues. We're also going to need another power feed for create. Just you know, because ideally I don't want to be walking past this nonsense, because this nonsense is going to need to be left well the hell alone. How are you doing? Let me have a little look, see how you're doing. 95.5%. Okay, cool. In you go. Get on with it. Get on with it now. Get on with it. Get on with it right now. Okay. So we need to make the silicon wafers. For the 3 CPU types, so that's 4, and then we need to combine them, so we need 5. We need 4 up to that point, so we need 8 of the deployers to automate this. That's a lot. That's a lot of deployers. 8 deployers to automate this. Because the silicon wafers is that's a 1 deployer job. That's a 1 deployer job. This is a 1 deployer job. No. This is a 1 deployer job. This is a 1 deployer job. This is a 1 deployer job. That's 4 deployers. This is a 3 deployer job. So it's 7 deployers we need. Well, I've saved us a deploy. No. 6 deployers and a press is needed. Yeah? Are we in agreement that it's 6 deployers and a press that are needed here? Jesus. Hey. 6 deployers and a press. Alright. But I think we're doing that next time. We're also going to have to deal with this a bit more because we're starting to get some more. You got 1.1k. We're starting to get a few more ceiling busters in. And we need to keep on top of this. Luckily, we're not short on lava now. We just have no automatic way to turn it into obsidian, which kind of angries me up a little bit. We'll be okay. So, from Furryearsworld... Ooh, these are done. These are done. There we go. Let's set off filter now. Because we haven't got any wool. I'll sort that out. Don't worry. From Furryearsworld, we are going to go with a cheery old ta-ta for now.